Hello everyone, I'm Dervan Malcolm. Welcome to the 2021 finals of Optimist International Caribbean District Oratorical Contest. For the third time, the district finals of this immensely popular speech contest held amongst students under 19 is being shown on television in the Caribbean. The Optimist International Caribbean District expresses its delight and appreciation for the collaboration with Television Jamaica and JN Money Services, Nestlé Jamaica, and Grace Kennedy Foods, who have made it possible to bring to viewers the Oratorical Contest, an eagerly awaited event each year by Optimist clubs, students, schools, teachers, and members of the public. The Optimist International Oratorical Contest is one of 3 scholarship contests held each year across the clubs in the Optimist International movement. The contests are the Communication Contest for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, CCDHH, which will be held in May in Kingston, Jamaica, and the Essay Contest, which was concluded in February 2021. These scholarship contests provide opportunities for students to earn scholarships to pursue higher education. The Oratorical Contest is held annually with competition at the club, zone, and district levels. College scholarships are awarded to the district winners. The topic for the 2020-2021 contest is Healing the World with Optimism. Students under the age of 19 as of the 1st of October 2020 are eligible to participate. The Optimist Oratorical Contest gives youngsters a platform to speak to the world. More than $150,000 is awarded annually from this program in college scholarships funded by the Optimist International Foundations, with nearly 2,000 clubs participating in the program each year. The winners at the club level receive medallions, and zone winners receive a plaque. Districts have the opportunity to provide $2,500 in scholarships, or a first place scholarship of $2,500, a second place scholarship of $1,500, and a third place scholarship of $1,000. The Optimist International World Championship Finals for this exciting event is held each summer at the Center for Global Citizenship on the campus of St. Louis University in the USA. For the second year, this event is a virtual one. To start us off, we invite the chairperson, Melissa Gittens, to lead us in the invocation.
We bow our heads. Participate in this oratorical contest. Make us aware that we do this contest not for our own glory, but to glorify your name. Grant your wisdom that the contestants will value more the camaraderie and cooperation that will happen today more than the glory of winning. Allow all participants the knowledge to know that they are already winners because their willingness to share their talents with the blessing and your guidance. Lord, we pray your blessing on Governor Winsome, International Vice President Patrick, and the entire district team as we work in your glory and in your honor. Bestow your generosity and love to all of us present today. Whatever we accomplish in this competition, let it serve as a way to praise your name and to spread your good news as we heal the world with optimism. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
And now we'll hear from Lieutenant Governor Patricia Wigan Chambers.
National Pledge of Jamaica. Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body. In the service of my fellow citizens, I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race.
Optimist International Caribbean District, in partnership with Jamaica National Small Business and the Cross-Carry Capital, presents the entrepreneur.
JN Money Cat send from abroad. JN Money Cat. Send the money.
The governor of the Caribbean District for the 2020-2021 year. Her theme of choice for the year is Ignite, Choose Optimism. This POW, Proud Optimist Working Governor, has embarked on igniting the entrepreneurial mindset of our youth entrepreneurship. And what greater way to introduce young women and men to the world of business and entrepreneurship, with the objective of contributing towards the creation of enterprising cultures among young people. Please welcome Governor of the Caribbean District, Dr. Winsome Halliman.
By providing hope and positive vision, optimists bring out the best in our children, our communities, and ourselves. Welcome all to the Optimist International Caribbean District Oratorical Finals, where we will witness our young people express themselves on the topic, Healing the World with Optimism. Today, the Optimist International Caribbean District is indeed proud to honor our commitment of hosting the 2021 Caribbean Oratorical Contest. Optimist International one of the world's largest service club organizations with over 80,000 adult and youth members throughout the world, is well known for the Optimist Oratorical Contest, which is one of the organization's most popular programs, with more than 2,000 clubs participating annually. In fulfillment of carrying out our mission statement of providing hope and a positive vision, Optimists seek to bring out the best in youth through this very popular contest. Internationally, the first competition was held in 1928 and has on record winners such as Dr. Martin Luther King and President Barack Obama. This is a speech contest that introduces our youth aged 19 years and under to public speaking and provides a valuable opportunity for them to develop their public speaking skills, improve their self-esteem, and open the door for many possibilities. So across our Caribbean islands, namely Jamaica, Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Grand Cayman, Anguilla, and St. Vincent, our youth have risen to the task of speaking on the topic, healing the world through optimism, a most appropriate topic to explore as we learn to cope with the pandemic. These powerful presentations have culminated in the finals of which we are about to experience. Today, we present to you 9 finalists. It is truly exciting to be able to televise this awesome contest today, especially as we face the COVID-19 pandemic. But by choosing optimism, we have made it possible. We continue to celebrate today against all odds in service to our 6 million youth around the world through more than 2,300 clubs. Indeed, we are truly healing the world with optimism. The winner of today's finals will win up to $2,500 in scholarships, among other prizes, and will progress to the World Regional and World Championship finals to be held in July, where there will be another opportunity to win an additional $20,000 at the World Championship level. All contestants will benefit from prizes, coaching, and other resources. The Optimist International Caribbean District congratulates all those hundreds of students who have participated during this challenging time. And to the finalists, a job well done. You equally have the potential of winning the top prize. We are indeed delighted to be able to televise this event and are thankful to our sponsors, JN Money Services, Nestle Jamaica, Grace Kennedy Foods, Syncon Technologies, Guardian Group Foundation, and our media partners, of course, Television Jamaica, for coming on board to make this broadcast possible for our young people across the Caribbean. We thank you, the judges, for being here to share in this awesome contest. Without you, it would not have been possible, and we look forward to your assessment. Fellow optimists, friends, and television audience, let us revel in the thoughts and fine public speaking skills, which will no doubt attend to the presentations of the contestants in the finals of the 2021 Optimist International Caribbean District Oratorical Contest. May the best speaker win. Let's ignite and continue to choose optimism.
Optimist International Business and Cross-Carry Capital presents the Entrepreneurial Business Pitch Competition, open to startup entrepreneurs aged 23 years and under. Present your exciting business pitch to win US dollar cash and business development assistance. Contact Bev Dixon at 876-577-6246 for additional information. Take your business to a new level. National Small Business and Cross-Carry Capital presents the Entrepreneurial Business Pitch Competition, open to startup entrepreneurs aged 23 years and under. Present your exciting business pitch to win US dollar cash and business development assistance. Contact Bev Dixon at 876-577-6246 for additional information. Take your business to a new level.
Grown in the foothills of Jamaica. Shared with the world.
And now, greetings from International Vice President Patrick Prendergast of the Southeast region.
Thank you very much, Mr. Malcolm. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen all, hope is what drives us as optimists. Overcoming is in our bloodline. You know, I often say the lessons of life are not found at the top of the mountain, but on the curves and turns of the journey to success. Look for the lessons in the push and pull of the crossing of raging rivers. They're revealed in the blinding darkness of the valleys and the scars left by the fires of anger and pain of ill health. But there is one lesson I know for sure. There is always a rising sun at the end of the dark night. No matter what, you are on the road to healing. There is no better time and place than with young people spreading the message of hope and healing. Your voice is the voice of the future, and the World Oratorical Contest is your platform to make that voice and message ring out in every corner of this hurting world. You are indeed helping to heal the world with optimism. So, congratulations to the Optimist International Caribbean District on once again staging this very important event, and especially given the many new challenges wrought by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Oratorical Contest is one of 3 scholarship competitions held by Optimist International each year. And these competitions really give our young people an opportunity to develop critical skills in writing and speaking, but as you've heard before, importantly, at the same time get a chance to earn a scholarship towards higher education. So through this scholarship program, young people from several high schools spread across the Caribbean are engaged in preparatory activities that help to build their confidence in public speaking, engender friendly competitiveness, and of course, expose them to social and political thoughts, ideas, and issues that help to broaden their worldview. Critically though, the program encourages them to share their voice and perspective with the world. So I congratulate all those who have gone through the various rounds of the competition so far, and those who are now at the finals, hoping to be the one to take your district to the regional finals and the world finals in July. I wish you all the best. To those of you who are engaging with us at this particular time, I hope you will find a source of light and healing for you and others around you. I hope these voices will encourage and empower you to keep on going, to remain positive in the face of despair, and to affirm your optimism. So I greet you on behalf of all optimists across the Southeast region, from Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Louisiana, North and South Florida, and of course the Caribbean, and ask you to consider joining us in making a positive difference in the lives of our children. Hundreds of thousands of young people across the region and tens of thousands within the Caribbean are impacted by the voluntary service programs we do. The childhood health and wellness programs, the community education projects, the personal development activities, and there are so many more children and young people out there in the communities that could benefit, that could be lifted out of despair and hopelessness if only we had the additional support. We need more hands on deck. So visit our website at optimist.org and learn more about how wonderful people like you can make a positive difference in the lives of our young people and communities. Trust me, you'll be happier for it. So once again, congratulations to the finalists, the producers, the chairpersons and committee members, the Caribbean District of Optimist International. We are optimists, committed to bringing out the best in our youth, in our communities, and ourselves. Thank you.
Optimist International Caribbean District, in partnership with Jamaica National Small Business and the Cross-Carry Capital, presents the Entrepreneurial Business Pitch Competition, open to startup entrepreneurs aged 23 years and under. Present your exciting business pitch to win US dollar cash and business development assistance. Contact Bev Dixon at 876-577-6246 for additional information. Take your business to a new level.
Me love you, there's nothing I'd put down.
To learn, those who are unfamiliar and the rest of us to be reminded of the rules of the competition. And so we invite Oratorical Chair Angeline Johnson to do the honors in that regard.
The rules of the oratorical contest are as follows. All contestants must speak on the official topic. All contestants must state the official topic in the first sentence of their speech. Timing will begin with the first spoken word. A 3-point penalty is automatically assessed by the timekeeper for failure to state the official topic in the first sentence. Any quotation or copyrighted material used in the speech must be identified verbally during the presentation and in the written copy of the speech with the original author's name. The contestant shall be fully responsible for the use of any quoted material and Optimist International shall assume no responsibility. The use of props, special costumes or clothing, or the use of prompters will not be allowed. The penalty will be disqualification. Notes can be used if the contestant desires. The time allowed will not be under 4 minutes or 5 minutes. Contestants going over or under will not be cautioned and will be penalized 1 point for each 15 seconds or fraction of over or under the allotted time. These penalties will be determined by the official timekeeper. No reference can be made that identifies the student, parent, school, community, sponsoring Optimist Club, or district. This will result in a deduction of 5 points or a fraction of based on the degree of identification. An interval of at least 1 minute shall be allowed between contestants. Contestants shall not be identified by name or sponsoring club until after the last oration has been presented and the judges and timekeeper have left for deliberation. Any protest in the conduct at any level of this contest shall be made immediately after the condition is noted. Protests received after the next contestant has been introduced, or in the case of the last contestant, after the judges leave to total the scores, will not be accepted under any circumstances. The contest chairperson will decide all protests in accordance with the official rules. The decision of the contest chair is final, and no higher appeals will be recognized. Thank you.
Thank you very much for laying down the rules for this contest, and we're going straight into the competition now, starting with Speaker A.
I was presented with the question of how to heal the world with optimism, how to purify ourselves from pessimism, how to rid ourselves of the putrid bile of hopelessness, how to long for a better tomorrow, and how to appreciate the best today. In order to heal the world, one must first acquaint it with the medicine, let the taste linger on their taste buds and seep into the recesses of the mind, for it is there that optimism can take root. However, no answer exists without a question and no definition without a word. Therefore, I shall inject myself with the first dose and ask the question, what is optimism? Optimism, by my own definition, is the belief that there is something more beautiful than what exists now and what is to come. I believe it is a beauty which we cannot see, nor feel, nor touch, nor taste, but we know it exists simply because life has no meaning otherwise. What is optimism? Optimism is no more than a feeling, but then when were feelings ever easy to describe? Optimism is a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle of seeing beauty in the simplest of things, of taking pain and turning it into pleasure and forming it into a story that people would love to read. It is disregarding sorrow for salvation. What is optimism? Optimism is what makes us all keep going. If there were never a light at the end of the tunnel, who would run towards it? Optimism is what makes us able to tear each other down one week and build each other back up the next. Optimism is what gives us a conscience. Wouldn't you say that without the idea that there was some unforeseeable good in which no bad can exist, that there'd be no incentive to be good? After all, what good awaits the evil? So what is optimism? I believe that optimism is ingrained within us. From the day we're born, we're told to look ahead and not behind, to be the head and not the tail. From the day we are born, optimism is beauty. It is implied perfection. It implies that even if you don't have it, you will reach it. It implies that there is always some unforeseen good. It is so ingrained within us that every step we take is a step forward, and every breath we breathe tells one more story. What is optimism? Optimism is gratitude. It is the thing that lets us take the half-empty cup and cherish it like it's a gallon. It is the thing that allows us to hold each other's hands regardless of where those hands or that body or that person has been. And it is the thing that will only bring us closer and make us stronger. So you ask me, how do we heal the world with optimism? As though it is some gift to be given, some plan to be enacted, some novelty recently found, when the truth is that we already have it. So how do we heal the world with optimism? We foster it, we live the lifestyle, we keep going, we build each other up and rise with each other, not against each other. We believe in the greater good and strive towards it. We harness our beauty, we show our gratitude, and we expose our light so that others may be drawn to it like moths to a flame or like leaves to the rising sun. After all, you can't place a plant away from the sunlight and expect it to grow. Optimism is far bigger than us. It existed before us, it will exist after us, and it exists within us. So you ask me, what is optimism? We are the embodiment of optimism. No matter how much we try to suppress it, we cannot remove that beauty, that there is something more to come. It is the reason we get up and go to work every day. It is the reason we eat, drink, sleep, and grieve, all for the continuation of something that, whether or not we acknowledge it, we believe in. It is the hope of reaching that light, that beacon of hope, or not even so much reaching it, but simply taking the journey, not even so much the prize. So how do we heal the world with optimism? We teach man that they themselves are their own inhibitions. Thank you.
That was Speaker A. And as the judges do what they do best, we'll share a couple of factoids with you. Optimist International, which held its first international convention in 1919, is one of the 4 major service clubs in the world, the others being Rotary, Lions, and Kiwanis. The focus of Optimist International is on young people, with its motto being Friend of Youth. The first Optimist Club to be formed in the Caribbean was the Optimist Club of Kingston in August 1980. The Jamaica district came into existence in the 1992-93 club year. The Jamaica district became the Caribbean district in 1996-97. 2 Caribbean nationals have served as international presidents, Theodore Goulding and Adrian Elcock. Started in 1928, the Oratorical Contest is the longest-running program sponsored by Optimist International. The Oratorical Contest is designed for youth to gain experience in public speaking. District scholarships of up to $2,500 are awarded, with contestants having the chance to win up to $22,500 at the World Championship level.
Let's talk value. Smile Jamaica reaches...
Speaker B.
Healing the world with optimism. Healing our broken world with optimism. There's a graphic novel written by a Japanese author and artist, J.J. Akutami, in which one of the main characters states that whenever negativity, pessimism, and cynicism gather, they infect everything around them. Of late, we have seen COVID-19 and related issues sicken the global community, infecting every territory on the face of this earth with feelings of doubt, depression, and discouragement. We have seen injustice plague our world, gnawing away at our happiness, stealing our joy, robbing us of peace. We have seen disasters rock our community like never before. Tsunamis that swallow cities, hurricanes that disassemble provinces, and earthquakes that shatter countries. Events of 2020 have left the world drenched in negativity, cynicism, and pessimism. Negative feelings that abound have given rise to paranoia and fear of what 2021 holds. In many ways, too many ways, this planet is sick, sick, sick. The fear of what will happen tomorrow lingers over many of us and keeps us on edge. It prevents us from having fun and being joyful like we are supposed to, and instead locks us in a cage of anxiety. But that same book that J.J. Akutami writes shows that anyone and everyone can harness the power to combat those feelings and heal something, someone, or some place. And in our world today, that power is optimism. We, yes, you and I, are exposed to the power of positivity, optimism, from the moment we draw our first breath and possess it till the moment we breathe our last. Or, as Arthur Roald Dahl puts it, somewhere inside all of us is the power to change the world. End quote. And that power is divine. As a matter of fact, I firmly believe that optimism is what the iconic peace prayer of St. Francis refers to. That power that brings love to where hatred occupies, that power that brings hope to where despair dwells, that power that brings light to where darkness has taken residence. Although some people might say it is not up to them to heal the world and that the power of healing lies with influential people, the power of positivity is in each and every one of us, and all we must do is tap into it. According to writer and philosopher Robert Pirsig, quote, "The place to improve the world is first in one's own heart and head and hands, and then work outward from there," end quote. Because in the heart, there is the ability to see the good in people and things. In the head, there is the power to be persistent, and with our hands, we give to others. We have the power to seek out those sickened areas of our world and revitalize them with love, vaccinate them with hope, and heal them with comfort. Some of us have already started using this power and are using it to the best of our abilities. Some of us are using the power of positivity to bring our neighborhoods or our communities or just our families back to normal. Some of us are using this power to pick our world up one area at a time. When we all tap into the power of positivity, I guarantee that little by little, this sickened planet will come to life. This grime will wash away. This broken down world will breathe again. And as negativity, cynicism, and pessimism get smaller and smaller, then faith, hope, and love will grow. Faith and hope in our heads and love in our hearts. Let us now join heads, hands, and hearts to heal this sick, sick, sick world with optimism.
That was Speaker B. And while we allow the judges to do what they do best, let's share with you some more factoids. The contest of the deaf and hard of hearing, CCDHH, is the companion contest sponsored by Optimist International for students with hearing impairment. Each year, the topic for the oratorical contest is the same as it is for the CCDHH. The first ever international winner of the CCDHH was a student of the Listermere Gilby School for the Deaf here in Jamaica. Entrants from other islands of the Caribbean district outside of Jamaica have won the district oratorical contest finals on numerous occasions.
Let's talk variety.
We will now hear from Speaker C.
I know, we'll heal the world with optimism. Oh, that won't work. You need money to heal the world. Then let's just print more money. No, silly. You can't just print more money every time you need it. Does that mean there isn't even enough money in the world to heal it? What say you? Consider this. If there is enough money in the world, yet the world yearns for healing, then clearly money cannot solve this problem. I propose that the solution is not one of a physical nature. Rather, the answer lies within. Before tending to fractured political relations, scars of pollution, or festering inequity, we must firstly be optimistic that these wounds can heal. Secondly, each of us must believe that our contributions make a difference. And thirdly, for the world to be healed, we must address a widespread optimism deficiency. So, how do we identify optimism? Well, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, to be optimistic is to feel or to show hope for the future. After 2020, that might be easier said than done. But I assure you, if you are hearing my voice today, then you have what it takes to heal the world. You have stared into the deadly eyes of what infectious diseases expert Dr. Anthony Fauci declared, the worst explosive pandemic in 102 years, and you have chosen life. My family, desperately clutching to our hope for the future, have sustained disease, job loss, and these extended periods of isolation. We have remained optimistic, not for fun, but out of necessity. Is it not necessary that we replicate this sustaining optimism in our fight for the world? Yes, not because it can be healed, because it must be healed. Secondly, each of us must believe that our contributions make a difference. What is healing the world? Where does one start? There is global warming. There are unsustainable industries. There is generational religious warfare. And there are the Great Pyramids of Giza. Okay, the pyramids aren't a world problem. But what does the 450-foot tall Pyramid of Giza have in common with any old 15-foot tall house? Both were built one brick at a time. And a single brick doesn't look like the Pyramid of Giza, but we know that's what it's made of. Likewise, feeding one hungry person in need might not look like ending world hunger, but you bet your ABCs that's what it's made of. Lastly, nurturing optimism, especially amongst our youth, is essential to healing the world because the world ails from optimism deficiency. Common symptoms include increased gang affiliation and malignant drug abuse amongst our youth, but in the most severe cases of optimism deficiency, they result in suicide. A 2018 article published by the Mayo Clinic reads, "If you don't have hope for the future, optimism, you may mistakenly think suicide is a solution." So who then needs our medicinal optimism? Well, according to the World Health Organization, in 2016, suicide was the second leading cause of death amongst 15 to 29-year-olds globally. So before you take your optimism for granted, know that it is a valuable resource with the power to determine life or death. Therefore, let us soothe our wounded world with optimism, sharing it with thousands or sharing it with just one. May we be optimistic that we can heal the world because we must heal the world. May each of us believe that our recycled plastic bottle, our donation of one hot meal is healing the world because the polluted gully, that single growling tummy, is the world. But most importantly, may we chip away at the mortality rates that stem, whether indirectly or directly, from the optimism deficiency that plagues our youth. Because the youth, we are the future. Optimism, you say? Ah. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker C.
When we complete this lesson,
You're watching the 2021 finals of Optimist International Caribbean District Oratorical Contest. Before we hear from our next speaker, here is some more on the history of this competition. The first oratorical winner was 12-year-old Carlo Pupero from Milwaukee. His prize was a book entitled The Americanization of Edward Bok. Carlo spoke on the topic, What Junior Optimism Means to Me. As part of his speech, he set out the personal goals of the club from which he came, using the word optimist as follows. O was for obedience, P for patriotism, T for thrift, I for ideals, M for manners, I for industry, S for sportsmanship, and T for truth. The truth is, we are ready for our next speaker. Let's welcome Speaker D.
Having the opportunity to consider the topic, Healing the World with Optimism, prompted me to remember a favorite childhood lesson of mine. Growing up, my mother always reminded me to share my optimism and my hopefulness with others, and to always remain optimistic. That lesson still remains with me to this day. But what really is optimism? According to the Oxford Dictionary, optimism refers to the hopefulness and confidence about the future or the successful outcome of something. It is derived from the Latin word optimum, which means best. I will discuss optimism today using 3 H's: healing, hope, and happiness. Firstly, healing. Right now, many persons are still healing from the effects of COVID-19. This viral illness spread rapidly. It has put our lives and the entire world on pause, caused millions of deaths, and forced us to drastically change our way of life. Students, including myself, had to go from seeing our teachers, classmates, and friends every day to staring at them through a computer screen. After months of searching for a cure, scientists have finally tested and a vaccine. As you can see, to reach this point, these scientists had to go through a process. In the same sense, healing is also a process. It doesn't matter whether you're healing from physical injury or mental and emotional trauma. Healing is intrinsically tied to optimism as we come back to sound state over time. As you can see, much like healing, optimism is also a process. Secondly, hope. The Oxford Dictionary defines hope as grounds for believing that something good may happen. We have all encountered setbacks which have challenged our capacity for hope. Recently, many persons have struggled with mental health due to an uncertain future. Students, teachers, and parents alike have struggled with trauma, stress, depression, and even anxiety due to many changes, including changes in the household dynamics, work environments, and even unemployment. But Nelson Mandela said in his autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed towards the sun and one's feet moving forward. There were many dark moments where my faith in humanity was sorely tested, but I would not and could not give myself up to despair. We cannot afford to lose hope, even when it feels like there is no more we can take. We must always remember there's always a tomorrow on the horizon, and each day brings with it fresh hope. Finally, happiness. It can be difficult to choose to be happy. However, happiness is necessary to maintain a positive outlook on life. There are many things that can contribute to our happiness, such as spending time in nature or engaging in physical activity. We can choose not to sulk and become miserable because our lives have been put on pause and we can't indulge ourselves in the norms, like hanging out with friends and family, going to school, or doing my personal favorite, going out for ice cream on Sunday evenings. This pandemic has given us time to slow down, connect with others, and strengthen bonds through technology. Through it all, I was struck by the human ability to adapt and adjust to new circumstances. We were able to change our habits and look out for each other. And by doing this, we created a global community where we motivate each other to do better, exceed our expectations, set higher standards for ourselves, and most of all, adjust to and approach the world's current situation with as much optimism as we can muster. If we look positively towards the future and encourage those we know to do the same, then we can spread a message of healing, hope, happiness, and resilience worldwide, using optimism as a vehicle for change. I'm not saying that life is going to be all sunshine and roses. No, life has its own difficulties for each of us, but the quality of being able to remember that there's always the possibility for improvement is one we ought to cultivate. That is optimism, the key to healing our world. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker D.
Join us next week for part 2 of the Optimist International Caribbean District Oratorical Contest to see the other contestants and find out who will emerge the winner. TVJ now presents the Optimist Oratorical Contest, brought to you by
you.